Okay, so hello. I'm wearing the same clothes as in the last video because I'm like recording two videos at once. I don't know why, I'm just wanting to make a video about hats. I have a secret, it's not actually a secret passion because it's like, I wear hats outside. I have a passion for hats. I have a plethora of hats. It's not that many hats. I have 5 hats, which is kind of a lot of hats considering the fact that I'm 25 and the fact that it's hats. And hats have started to become popular all of a sudden. I guess some kind of celebrity wore a hat and people are copying it, and I absolutely hate it, but I secretly love it. I hate it because people wear hats stupidly and they wear them like bad hats. They wear the wrong kind of hats. And I work as a chef, and in restaurant people come in wearing hats, and you're not supposed to wear hats indoors. Although I'm a bit foggy about that because a restaurant is a public place and you're allowed to wear hats in a public place. So that might be okay, but still. I just wanted to show off my hats for no real reason. Maybe because I want to hear your opinions. Maybe because I want to show off my hats. Somebody count how many times I'll say hats in this video. And you'll win a hat. No, you'll never get these hats. These are good hats. These are not actually good hats. Cue story of my first hat, which is like the cheapest hat you'll ever see, technically. It's like an Indiana Jones style hat. It's actually like they sold it naming it Indiana Jones hat, which is bad enough. It doesn't have, it's also very dirty, like most of these hats are dirty because I don't use them anymore. It does have lining, but it doesn't have proper lining. It's kind of cheap ass lining. It doesn't even have a brand from what I can tell. Also, it's not an official Indiana hat, because then it would have like that Indiana Jones sign right on the side. And I know way too much about Indiana Jones hats, but I actually love Indiana Jones too. It's another secret passion. So anyway, I bought this just because it was like kind of cheap. Guess I'm going to put it on. If I put it on crookedly, then I'm sorry. But it's too big technically. It looks way too big. This is way too big of a hat, right? In these clothes. It looks very good with a winter outfit. That sounds so gay. With my winter coat, because my winter coat is big, and this is a big hat, so it looks good, and it works very well on winter time because it keeps snow away from me. I bought it, and I didn't like it at first, because if the first time you wear a hat, of course you're not going to like it. Because how first of all, this is too tight, but you don't like it because it feels tight on your head. It doesn't feel like a hat. It feels like a fedora because it's a fedora. And you don't know how to wear it, like it is supposed to be up. No, that looks ridiculous, looking like you can't wear it like that. Right? This looks kind of stupid. So don't do that. An Indiana Jones hat is supposed to go down on both sides, I guess. So I bought it and I didn't really like it. So I just showed it to my mom, and she was like, "Oh, you have to wear it." And then somebody basically told me, "Why did you buy something that you're never gonna use?" So of course I started using it all the time because they challenged me, and I really like that hat. So I bought another one in a different style. Which I don't really, I like the style, I just don't like the hat. It's like a standard, what would you call that? Well, it's, actually I don't remember what this is called. It's not a C crown. In case you don't know anything about hats, this is a C crown because it looks like a C, the crown area, C. This is it's called something, I don't remember, because it's not a C, it's just a line. It also has like a little feather there. But the thing is that the brim is way too thick, so it doesn't look good, if you ask me. It also doesn't have any lining at all, which is like, you don't need lining, but it just shows the quality of the hat, basically. I'm even afraid of putting it on because it looks so stupid. Like, oh, I can't wear it like that, and it looks kind of like no, 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 no. I don't really like it. Not my favorite hat. I bought that and I was like, oh, I don't really like it, but I could tell that it was the hat's fault, let's say. So I bought another hat because, it was turning summertime. So I bought a paper hat, or whatever you want to call it. It's a hat made out of straw, a straw hat. So it breathes. You can see right through it if you really want to. It also has amazingly nice lining. Although my hairspray has kind of ruined the redness of it. At the front it's more like dark red now. This is a Brixton hat. I bought this. This is my first Brixton hat, and I really like it. Brixton hats are really awesome. It's like they're perfect. They're cheap-ish, and they're good quality, and they look, the shape is good, which is what you want, I guess. Yeah, this is like, I guess I should put it on when I talk about it. It's like the problem with this hat is I wore it too much. I wore it on the summertime, but I also wore it when it started raining, so it melted. It's a paper hat. It's like it's got all crooked, and like every time I touch it, I'm afraid it's gonna rip apart, because it's well, I say paper, but it's straw. But I mean, depends on what. But still, it's like it's fragile and it's not supposed to get wet. However, it does look really good on me, I suppose. Because it's so crooked now, I can't really get it straight. Whatever. This hat is better than like the Indiana Jones hat because it's smaller, so it works even in the summertime with smaller clothes. The other hat needs bigger clothes to look good, and I'm aware that I'm just quite on the edge of sounding like a flaming homosexual, but screw it, I like hats, like whatever, you screw. And I like that, so I was like, I'm going to try, the second hat I bought, I'm going to try the same model. So thanks to my camera running out of batteries on the most inopportune of opportunities, I completely lost momentum and I don't really know where I was. However, I looked at the last seconds before it turned off, and apparently I was talking about this hat, or rather I was going to talk about this hat, which is the hat I bought after the previous hat that I showed, whichever that one was. Well, I know which one it was, but I'm kind of lost right now, but still, this is my favorite hat. This is another Brixton hat. This is like the second hat I bought, like the same style, whatever you want to call it, but this one feels and looks all the better. It's the Brixton hat, so it has this nice fancy I mean, look at that lining. Like, look, I don't know how that will look actually on the camera, like if it's very blurry and whatever, but it's got this nice silky smooth, silky red lining, and well, that doesn't actually help you. It's like you can't feel it unless you're bald, I guess. I don't know if I said it, but what it does is that it shows you the quality of the hat itself, if it has good lining in it. So that's the thing to look out for if you want to buy a fedora. It also has this little feather that my brother thinks is gay, but I mean, look at that feather. Like, look at how posh that is. That's totally posh. I like that feather. It is a bit dirty though, which is the problem with this hat. It's like, I keep saying it about all my hats basically, but I use this hat too much. The thing about this hat is that the part up here, I actually don't know what it's called. The thing, the tip of it, the tip of the hat, the top of the hat has gone whitish. It's like every time I put my hand here, I rub off a bit of the coloration or something. At first I thought it was hand dirt, so I tried using one of these these like rolly things that you use in clothes. Okay, this looks disgusting, but that's because I just use it on all my hats. So it's... Okay, this is probably where most of my hat is. It's probably off on this, because I tore it off or something. I don't know. I try using this, it doesn't remove it. It's still like whitish up here. So either I'm gonna have to buy a new hat, or I'm gonna have to find a way to paint this. Maybe use one of those things you use on shoes, to darken shoes. I just don't know. It's like I like this hat a lot, though. It looks good on me, I think. Don't you think? Don't you think it looks good? I also think it feels good on my head, which is the second most important thing. Maybe the first most important thing. Also, it's not a straw hat, so I can wear it all year long, because it's a proper hat, and it like keeps rain away from your face, keeps sun away from your face, keeps bees away from your face, basically keeps everything away from your face. And it's a very good hat, like good. Also, thing to note, I don't know why I would note it, but the thing to note is that I wear my hats like this, with the brim down. Because I think this looks kind of silly. It's like, this is how cool people nowadays wears it, apparently. This is how you're supposed to wear it, even. This is one of those hats you're supposed to wear like this. I think it looks kind of silly like this. I like to keep this thing down, because this is how a fedora should look to me. I have nothing better to use for that. It's like, it's a fedora. It's not a... I got nothing. So anyway, in case you haven't noticed, I kind of have to push my hats down a bit. And I keep worrying that they're too big, basically. They're size 60 centimeters, which is apparently 7.5 inches. All my hats are that size, so I was like, I have to buy one size bigger to see if it fits and looks better. So I did. This is another Brixton hat. I haven't even removed the thing yet, because I don't think I like it. It's like, it's a Brixton hat. It's a straw hat. It's an okay hat. The problem is that the brim is too uppity. I can't take this thing down, it looks weird, because it's too much of a brim. And I don't like wearing my hats like this. The second problem is that it's too big. It's like I put it on my head and it's like there's nothing there. It's like floating around up there. It's like way too big. It actually feels more than 2 centimeters big, but that might just be my imagination. This is way too big, it's like ridiculous, and I can't put this down. It looks like, no, I can't wear, no. Bad hat. Nothing against the hat per se, just that it's not my type of hat, and too big probably, so I'm gonna have to return this one. Because hats are expensive. And that hat is a... Wow. Look at the time. That hat is a size 62, because they don't sell 61s. They only sell 60, 62, 64, and so on. So I would like a 61, but there's no such thing as a 61 hat. So yeah, basically my hats. Like, tell me what you think about my hats, and if you're planning on buying a hat, a couple of people have asked me about hats because they're starting to think about wearing fedoras because it looks cool. If you want to buy a hat, just make sure it's a good quality hat. Like this one, for example. Brixton is a very good brand because they're cheapish, yet they're good hats. They're like a bad hat, if you ask me, is one of those hats that are like the seam up here is basically a seam. It's not supposed to be a couple of pieces of fabric sewn together. It's supposed to be one piece of fabric that's shaped into a hat. It's a felt that they put over a mold and they mold it until it looks like a fedora. If it's made out of several pieces of just friggin' cloth, then it's not a good hat. Another thing is to look at the lining to see if it's good or not that way. And the third thing is, of course, to try it on before you buy it. Something that I can't do because I buy them online. If you have a hat store, go to the hat store. I would love going to a hat store, but I have no hat stores. So yeah, just make sure that you wear a hat with pride, because it's a very good... whatever, it's like, there's some etiquette when you wear a hat that you should think about. Like, for example, don't show the inside of a hat. When you take it off, you take it off like that, so you don't show people the inside of it. Don't just lift it up. You shouldn't wear it indoors, because it's a hat. Yes, you don't have to follow the rules, but it's like you don't have to wear pants either, but you do it anyway, because that's how it is. It's like, if you want to buy a hat, then wear it like you're supposed to wear a hat. Those are my hats. I've shown you my hats. That's basically all I have for myself right now. So just tell me what you think if you want to. Maybe, I don't know. See if I can do this trick. If you want to learn how to do this trick, which I barely can do. Like, you grab the hat from the back with your thumb here, and you do like a flip motion, and then you put it on your head, and see if I can do it without looking like an idiot. Like, what? Are you looking? Like, whoop. Like, see, I can barely do that, but yeah. Don't learn hat tricks when you can't do them, because it's kind of stupid. But it's okay for me, because that's how I am. Bye.